All right, so yesterday I had a really good one with her. Really good talk because I didn't over talk myself in the morning. So I'm going to try to remember what I talked about. So one was um, the weird dynamic of words these days, right? And kind of specifically the use of the word punishment. Everybody thinks the word punishment is you're beating the crap out of somebody. Good girl. Ooh, what's that? Good. Did he heal? Right. So that right there, you see that? Just that little bit of boom. That's a punishment. She was punished for not following direction, right? Heel. Oh, good girl. Right. I kind of thought I was going to have to there, like a corrective turn. So one guy says he doesn't use punishment, he uses corrections. Um, so like when the dog's cruising, boom, boom. That he would then say heel, right? Good girl. So to me, it's no big deal. So even the communication of my body moving is she's supposed to be paying attention to my body motion, right? So to me, that's the communication. I don't have to say heel, especially if you don't aren't really using the heel, right? So to me, that's two different things. The the punishment or correction for her not paying attention to where my body's going, and my body language saying this is what you're supposed to be doing is follow me, right? Good girl. So then here's another thing. When dogs have practiced pulling for a while and you're doing this, you can you can use just the leash pressure, right? So this is just the leash pressure to make her follow, right? Good. Now when they practice being crazy, a lot of times you get that first correction and then all of a sudden they're gonna follow it without any leash pressure, right? Good. Ready, sit. Good. Good. So to me that's two things. It's a punishment and a reward, right? Because she started following me and she gets rewarded for doing it. Whereas people say that's not punishment, it's a correction. Right? To me, it's the same thing. Ready? Go to bed. Good. Right? But there's this weird. I should have said break. Or she's following my body language. So what? But technically, that she shouldn't be following my language. She should be following words. So it's a weird dynamic of words, right? Everything is lost, has lost nuance these days, right? Everything is just extreme. Like the word punishment is so bad. You're a terrible person because you use punishments. It's just ridiculous, right? Oh, and then I kind of was gonna say, so a lot of the talking points from the PPFF people, right? Which I call the left wing. Are you down? Good. It's the left wing of the dog training world. They say dogs don't understand punishment. They do understand punishment. And then they say that it ruins your relationship. It doesn't. If it's the only thing you're doing and you're over punishing or over correcting, whatever word you want to use, or that's all you're doing, sure. But if you're teaching what you want, rewarding what you want, even if it's not food, good girl, right? At some point, you don't have to use it. It's not a big deal. People make everything out to be such a big deal these days when it's not. You're a good girl. Good. All right. So I think I was better yesterday. Something about the words. It's not a big deal. Ready, sit. Um, so oftentimes when you use punishment and it doesn't work, it's because the dog doesn't know what you want in the first place, or your punishment is too soft. That kind of tends to be my thing. Is when I go to correct something, I'm often too soft. I think. So then it just becomes a nagging thing, and they're like, "Yeah, whatever, it doesn't matter." And you do have to watch some dogs when you use a correction, it makes them want that thing even more, right? So if it's something out of excitement, um, and then there's the talk of if you use leash corrections when they're reacting to something, you're gonna make them not like that thing even worse. That's stupid. Again, it's a level. There's a nuance. Ready to go to bed? Very nice. Let's see what happens here. See, so the last time I messed up and I let her come with me, and it didn't mess her up. Now, the more I now maybe if I would have rewarded her for coming, good. That break that might have messed it up. But we've got a lot of good practices first. Right? That's one thing I tend to do is I'll be really good at the start, and then I start slacking off on it, and so it can get confusing to a dog. But I also think once you get to a certain level, they understand. Hi, sweet thing. You my sweet things. You go bye bye today. You're gonna be good over there. What else was I gonna talk about? There was something else. I can't remember. I actually did really good yesterday talking. I didn't go off on a bunch of tangents, only just a couple. Wow, that was a good shot. I actually threw it right to her mouth without making her have to get up. That one's not as good. Come on. Good girl. I don't know, whatever. That's enough. Words ain't no big deal. Oh, I was gonna say something about everybody being mentally ill, but whatever. And even the psychiatrists that are supposed to be helping people become strong, they're weak nowadays. Everybody's weak. Quit being weak.